kindly don't lower your standards.
Yes.
And one day, actually, the guy slapped her. In that argument, you knew. No, but can't you reduce? You know, I don't like it.
Have you realized that when men are dating, they have standards? Like before they come to Barbara, they always know what they want.
Yeah, we all have things that we bring out in marriage that we don't bring out in when we are dating. And then we're like, I didn't know the other side of you. I'm just realizing. So remember, there is always another side. They kept on dating. But then that guy used to come to office and tell us, but I don't know what's wrong with that chick. I love her. But she doesn't want to complete. There's that element of laziness and not being serious. Yeah?
Marriage is not a straight line, but every day we strive to make it straight.
Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are glad that you've chosen us once again. If you've stumbled on us for the very first time, you are highly welcome. And you've been a subscriber, you've been following us from when we started, you are highly welcome. Thank you for returning. If you are new, please kindly, consider subscribing, consider tapping that like button, that share button, that comment. Please comment. It makes us know that you are there and you're viewing. It also helps these videos to go further to more people who may need them. And if you're just like, I'm just visiting, please find a seat and join us. My name is Beatrice Chimpi.
Barbara Emiru, Sandra Lbanga,
Karin Nyine,
and we are
Wives Rising.
Marriage is not a straight line,
but every day we strive to make it straight.
Yes, and we are going to, we've introduced something new on our podcast, and that segment is going to be a segment to just help us break the ice, and it's called the Wives Rising
Icebreaker.
Okay, Wives Rising Icebreaker. And we are going to ask a question that each one of us is going to answer. And in that question for today is, what is that one thing that you never leave the house without? That one thing, be it an accessory or a cloth that I can always find you with it, no matter when.
Never ever. Well, me, I might say I like coats. I usually move out with my coat, or it's shiny, or it's raining. I usually move out with a coat to cover myself. I'm a small girl, Katima, I feel like the weather. I usually have a coat. It might end up being blown away by the air. Me, that's one thing that I can't move out of my house without. Is a watch. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether it's clashing with the clothes I'm putting on, but something has to be on my arm. Yeah. Like if it's not there, I feel I'm empty. Yeah.
For me, it's jewelry, it's earrings. I can never ever, even if it's night and I'm taking a child to hospital, even if it was when I was going to give birth, at least I'll have that tiniest one in my ear. So yeah, it's jewelry, and that is earrings. Yeah.
Well, mine is makeup, but specifically a lip gloss or lipstick. You cannot find without lip gloss, even at home. At least I have a lip balm when I'm going to sleep. In the morning I have a lip balm. When I'm going to office I have. So you'll find me. Lipstick, lip balm.
Wow, so if you are a viewer or you are watching this video right now, comment below. What is that one thing that if I come, I'll always find it with you, whether in which situation someone has died, whether it's hospital, whether it's what.
You will be like, Beatrice, are you okay?
Yeah, where are your earrings? Yes. Comment. We would like to interact and know on that level. And let's go straight to our video for today. Our video for today is for the singles, our single community, the ones that are dating. Hello.
Inspiring to get married.
Inspiring to get married. You see Wives Rising and you're like, how did it happen that those people finally had a ring on it? We're not here to talk about how it happened, but we are here today to talk about the standards. How to set standards in your relationship or in your bargain or in your dating. When you are finally dating, what are some of those standards and why should you have those standards to consider when you are, intending to get married? I've realized, I don't know how about you ladies, in the community where I work from, I happen to work in one of the places I interact with about not a minimum of 50 girls who are between 15 and 25 if I'm to work that day. And I've seen a lot of them, they interact with you, you talk. And I've seen that some of them having kind of low standards for their life. And you worry for them because the fact is that low standards, mostly in relationship, it's a red flag. You're heading for trouble. And for me personally, one of the greatest low standards I've seen, which has not been in our generation, is people are now saying, I'm not marrying anyone without money. Like if he doesn't have money, that's the door.
And by the way, I'm thinking that's a low standard meanwhile.
Yes,
although
it's a very low standard.
This generation, that Gen Zs, they think I have to marry someone who has money.
And they think that is when you will have a high standard. Yeah. But I'm telling you, if a guy is to come and speak to you and tell them what are some of your standards, someone can even like maybe you're just finding out for a friend, and imagine you utter that, it is really a low standard for you to say that you want someone who has money, because this generation, women have learned how to make money. That can no longer be a standard for marriage. Yes. Actually, it's a poor girl's mentality for you to think, or a lazy girl's mentality for you to think, I cannot go with a man without money. Much as the money will help, I don't think that can be a standard. And to me, it, like Barbara has said, it shows that you don't have standards.
In real life, before at campus, before my husband, I was dating a black American. Have I ever mentioned?
Yeah,
so
not forgotten.
This guy had money because he was a bit old. Like he was a bit old. He was, I think, like 10 years older than me.
Wow.
But because his size was okay, we were, bonding. He really had money. So because I remember he had cars, he had all those things, like he had worked. But one thing that I remember that why we failed to work out is because he was ethic. He didn't like God. Atheist. Yeah. He was antichrist, I should say. Like at first, when I was judging you guys, I remember saying I don't think I was putting God first as a working. But then I realized for this guy, I actually put God first because he had everything. But then when he was mentioning, I was telling him how our kids going to go to church. Will they be going to church? He was like, no, for me, we won't be going to church because God is not there. God is not there. Because he has all his money, he doesn't think that God is there. And actually, for some reason, that was a complete turn off. That is why I left that guy. But he had the money, he had the car, he had everything. But that was not, I felt like it was not enough for me. Like, how am I going to bring up kids who don't know God? How am I not going to be able to go to church? So it was a turn off. That is how I left that money and Muzungu guy, and I'm happy I did.
And I'm happy you're helping a girl right now. For the girls who for us who are this side in marriage, let us tell you, and according to what we know and what we've seen around, is what is money? What is a Ferrari, a Bangalore, with a man who is beating you, with a man who doesn't have character?
They say you sleep in a Benz, enjoy in a Benz.
Yeah, in the Benz, then you are crying. What?
Then crying on foot.
It's better said than not done. It's easy said, like for you can eat. It's not practical.
Because people, for me in marriage, what I have seen, even if you enter with the money, even if the money is there is always a moment where you reach and you like, money is not it at that point.
It's not money.
Do you feel me?
It is relationship.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you.
And yes, the money is there. Or sometimes the money at some point the money is not enough. Or you need, maybe the business has, maybe the man has lost a job. Maybe there's a season that comes. I don't know if it is testing, it's a test or something. But sometimes money should not be a standard. Actually, money should not be a standard. Because money.
comes, and also you can get money. Imagine you got a God-fearing man with a great character, and then in future God adds money on that person.
Yes.
Because this character, are you going to babysit someone's boy to become to have character, not to abuse you like verbally, like you are stupid? You cannot do it. Are you going to teach that person?
No.
But you know that you can hold hands with your husband and you make money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You agree?
Yeah. I think also another thing that girls out there should put as one of their standards is they should look at commitment.
Yeah.
Is that gentleman you're looking at committed? Because of late, like, girls don't mind a lot. Like, they just take things for granted. They're in a relationship. Maybe the guy is just even flirting around. And then this woman, you're even seeing the red flags that this guy is not committed into this thing. But then you're like, no, me, it is the one I love. But you see, there is no future. There is, like, the guy is not going to take you anywhere. And then you're like, let us reach there. Maybe when you reach there, things will work out. You end up stopping yourself like too low to tie yourself on that gentleman, but the guy has showed you all signs that for him, for example, the time you're putting into this relationship, it's not the time he's putting into the relationship. There are things that you're telling him to change, and he's not changing. You even reach to an extent, there is a couple I know, that even a girl may reach an extent of telling this boyfriend of hers, you put it in writing, that you'll never cheat on me again. Put it in writing, that you're committing into this thing, that you're not going to cheat again, you're not going to do what? And then the guy
already showed you that out.
No, the guy has already showed you, but because it was like a group thing, the guy did it. You know, so guys, they can be having like different girls, like, okay, and then the guy, but immediately
After committing
on the paper,
He did it again.
he did it again.
Oh,
He did it again. And then this girl, you end up crying. So one thing, if you see that the guy is not committed and you're looking onto that guy as your marriage partner, just run away from him.
All there are things,
Just run away.
there are things you as a person that you like. For example, I'm a person of quality time. So if you see that this person will not reach, is not a person who will do this, you either accept it that yes, I'm entering this marriage knowing this person will not,
And never complain about it.
leave it, and now I'm going to cut off that.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Don't expect him to change in the future.
Anyway, the thing is, do not commit to a standard you cannot catch up with.
Yes.
You better commit when you say, I know he's a cheater,
But I will manage.
but I'll manage.
I'll navigate.
You better know he's a cheater, he does not communicate. I know I'm committing, but he's a bad communicator. He's someone that will spend a whole day without checking on me, and I'm okay with that as long as he comes back home. But if you cannot koto to search,
Don't.
That's what I can say.
I think I've kept a little bit quiet because I was learning from you people. But I think one of the things ladies should consider, you must be, this statement, swallow a fertile word, frog.
That
That
thing here.
Be in a position to swallow what you will manage.
Yeah.
If it is disrespect, for you it is okay for someone to be like, go away, and you're okay with it, kindly go on. If it is respect, you feel you need someone that will respect you enough, kindly don't lower your standards.
Yes.
Be like, well, you know what, I love you, but you lack respect. So meaning when we reach there, you just slap me or you just disgrace me anytime you want. Don't. But if you feel there is something that you, because me, I have a friend who married her husband with 4 kids. And I was like, no, Karen, this person is good. He didn't matter the children. And these are big children by now. But guess what? She's happy. She's happy. You'll find her with her old husband and
laughing and
that was her. There is a lady who will be like, I cannot manage.
Even one child
I cannot. Even 2 I cannot. You know what? Chive. Leave it. because you will complain. You're the ladies that will come to us, Simanya what? My husband, and the more you complain, actually the more you, the more you because you become a chatterbox. Your children, you're always reporting them. Yes. So be that person. Sit down in your calmest season and analyze yourself. What is that you can swallow? If you cannot, don't lower. Let that person go in peace.
That is true.
Yes.
So
That is
can
true.
I say something?
Yes.
Setting standards. Still on that. What we were married, and then there was a friend. I think she was like peer pressure. All these girls have gotten married after campus. What? So she got a man who is not Christian. But you people, it was because I grew up in church. Most of my friends are from church. So they told her, they were telling us, make sure you marry a person who is a Christian, who is a Christian. But my friend got a guy who's, I won't mention the religion because you know. So the guy was willing to marry her, and they got married. But I think it was because of pressure. My friends had gotten married. You people, let me tell you, my friend came back and told us, you guys, I wish I never compromised on the standard of Christianity. Because now this one, their religion can allow alcohol. You know what? So she's going to be struggling because she lowered that.
She lowered her standard. Actually, I'll top up on that because there is another friend that I know. Like the guy would come, you know, marriage, there is that bit of. So someone, and you're the beer zenga. Nganya, she didn't want alcohol. Go ahead, but you married me, you knew. And one day, actually, the guy slapped her. In that argument, you knew. No, but can't you reduce? You know, I don't like it. So, lady,
you enter marriage and enter into a prayer.
Yes,
especially
when you realize something. If it is disrespect, if it is kunyome, if it is you don't eat pork, smanya the other one eats it, smanya meat, smanya what. As long as you feel you cannot swallow that frog,
don't. I want to help the girl. You go with a man who has money, but when it is like a supplement. Yeah, if it's not a supplement and you see other red flags, exactly, it will be your frog to swallow in marriage. You will
but there are also problems that come with money in marriage. You find people who have money.
But they also broke guys who don't have discipline.
And those are the ones that are making this generation to say, I would rather go with a rich guy than to have a poor man. But
because, Beatrice, there is a guy who is not working, who is disrespectful, who is not even supportive. Yet you put everything on the table. Believe in God that one day your husband will. But that person yafuna dobu jakugwe oye kozesa. Rachi sente zete zamuwasa. But he's broke. But you swallowed and woman also swallow your flow.
And the problem, why I don't blame that school of thought is because, because of access to social media. The girls are so full. They're like, this standard of money, let us make it number one. Because after all, now look at how this poor guy is beating this woman, or is abusing, or is cheating on this woman. So that man is like, I'd rather be very rich. Even if you cheat on me, I'll cry in my mazongo. But when I have money. But that is if it works for you. For me, money, bitches, money tezinkolera. But me, I one of my standards, I would say, is friendship. Like, how can you be married? I know, and you're not. Yes, and you are not friends. Like, a friend is a person who will lay down everything for you. But you can really see that in this relationship there is no friendship.
You're pulling.
You're just. I don't know what is that.
And
when you're not friends,
relationships in Uganda here. People are not friends.
And I want also, if we may analyze this thing. Have you realized that when men are dating? They have standards, like, but before they come to Barbara, they always know what they want.
And
for us, we don't bargain.
Yes,
You don't
for them,
bargain.
they
You've told me
don't.
that I love you. Oh, I like him. He's tall. He's dark. He has good eyes. You go in. Then reaching there, that is when you realize, oh my God,
The eyes no
kumbe,
longer matter.
the eyes no longer matter. The color doesn't matter anymore. Actually, I compromised with a narcissist. I compromised. Like, and then in that moment, there's no more bargaining. Like
There's
the
no
bargain
more
already.
bargaining. Already bargained, and
too
you have
late.
to swallow.
You have to swallow.
It's too late. You can't turn
That's
it around.
why, as Beatrice has just said, if it is for her, it is not money. She really wanted a friend, and God blessed her. Sit down and analyze yourself, lady.
Yeah.
It is going to help you. If it is poverty, for richer, for richer. If it's for poor, for poor. If it is what? Be that person in deepest end that if on a bad day, you'll be in the position to carry your cross and follow Christ. Yes.
I think that is really good.
Yeah, because we've all gone through things. I mean, our husbands are not perfect. But you signed in and be like, for richer, for poorer, for poorer,
Actually,
for health.
to add
And
on-
we have stood the test.
Yeah. To add on that, for a girl who lowers their standard, hey, I feel sorry for you. Because there are the things that we see when
In
we
the
are
first
dating.
place, yes.
And then you're like, that's a red flag. But there are other things that you will not see, that you will see when you enter
When you're
into
married.
marriage. So when you act, when you compromise on this,
things
you
you
know,
can't see.
there are also the things that are waiting for you. So just put that in mind.
Consideration.
And say, if I'm allowing this, what comes after this? What is more?
Because people
Because there
change.
is, trust me, there is always more that is hidden. All married people know that.
Yes.
Whether it is a woman or a man,
man.
we all have things that we bring out in marriage that we don't bring out
Later.
in when we are dating. And then I'm like, I didn't know the other side of you. I'm just realizing. So remember, there is always another side. So as you compromise on your standards, put that in mind as well.
At least have these ones that you see, be like,
At
let me
least-
not wait for other ones. Let me run from here, because there are things
Well,
will
yeah,
come
in
out
this, if you're to
at some
weigh,
point.
if you have your lists, like Beatrice said, men come when they know what they want in a woman. Like they look at you, because they look at you, the way you do your things, the way maybe you put on, the
That
way
is
you
why
do
they
what.
single you out from
Yes,
the many.
and then the man is like, this one. But then for us, we'll come and say, we look at the physical mainly. Now, like some of us, like men with good accents, you're like, he speaks nice. Like you enjoy like
He comes
jazz
from a
and
good family.
Yeah, yeah. But you forget those things. So on your paper, on your list, on your checklist, at least let 95% be okay.
Me, there is a guy who refused to marry my friend because the girl refused to go back to school. And the guy's like, me, I cannot marry a girl who's not
Who's not
educated.
educated?
Yes.
And by the men don't
and they
complain. Don't compromise.
They
One
don't.
of
It's
left.
us who compromise.
Yes, men don't
But
compromise.
for a girl be like, okay, mananga.
Actually, also me, I have an example of that. These people were dating, and then the man asked the girl, "You said you completed university?" "No, I had a retake." So, what are you planning?
What are your plans?
I'm going to do it.
First
Okay,
you do.
when? I'll do it. They kept on dating. Yeah? They kept on dating. But then that guy used to come to office and tell us, but I don't know what's wrong with that chick. I love her. But she doesn't want to complete. You know, there's that element of laziness and not being serious. Yeah? She's not. How will she tell my child to do homework and what? Yet even she cannot do that. She cannot help herself. She cannot help herself. Yeah? Banange. That is how the girl lost a manager.
A relationship.
A relationship.
It's not about titles.
Even not even title, by the way. That is how the girl lost a good man.
Relationship.
The man was like, me, in my family, one of the things that we look at, that I grew up knowing, is someone who is educated. For us in our family, they don't matter where you're coming from, but they
you
look at
must be
education.
educated.
You must be educated.
But do you know that there are some girls who will compromise and go even with a man who is
Yes.
Also, there's another
and then
because
reaching there
it
they
is,
start
another rule refused to date a babe. You know these rich girls. For her, she's a rich girl. She doesn't know these things of money side hustle. The guy's like, but I can't marry a girl who can't do a side hustle. I was like, this guy. guys
By
know.
the way, men don't compromise. Me, I have a friend who said, me, I cannot marry a girl who has a child. Yet for him, he has children.
You know?
And told her, me, I want a virgin. I want a lady who completely independent, like tying strings that Tashima Mwana Yamuzala. And he real stood on it. And he married a girl.
Have you ever had a person
don't
come
compromise.
to you?
They don't.
Have you ever had a person wants to date or is in dating, and then they come to you, Aunt Sandra, oh Sandra, there's this guy, he's a Christian, I love him, he's from a good family, but do you know this guy, when he's talking to me, he doesn't do this. Then you advise her not to, but then she today, if you didn't know, men do not compromise. So I don't know which reason you have for you to compromise. I think sometimes girls feel like or it's going to be the end of me. Girl, the world is big and is full of men.
Another thing that came in mind. Sometimes men don't compromise, but sometimes a man can compromise when, for example, when they make a woman pregnant. And one thing I want to tell a girl out there, do not force yourself to become pregnant. Because when you become, they say, make him fall into the trap. When you make the man to fall into the trap, and then the man compromises to marry you, it always comes back. Because the man will say, I didn't love you in the first place.
But only that you are carrying my child.
But only you are carrying my child. And then the man will walk away from you at a certain point in time.
Fire.
So never compromise to trap a man to become pregnant.
By the way, this thing, I'm so convicted like Christian women. Small sex before marriage. And you're despising that statement. Guys, Christian ladies, are you there? That statement is very true. Come to my inbox.
Or till another video. That's a big one. Sex before marriage, it's a big one. But yeah, I think we've come to the end of this video. It's something that we cannot talk and even exhaust or even make you understand how important it is for you to have standards. Because as I conclude, men treasure women who have standards. If a man knows that you don't have standards, they are going to disrespect you. Like, you can really know someone who doesn't have standards and they're just a doormat. They're just like, he goes away 3 months with another girl, comes back to you, she'll be there, she'll wait. A lot of
I like Njamusanga.
You saw that from your mom. Your mom was abused by your dad. You know, sometimes it's baggage. But look at the other your friends. Look at that girl who adds value on themselves. Because I don't think all of us grew up in straight families. No. But at least we learned from people, from our friends, from school, from church, and you're like, I like this about this girl. If you like that carry it on. If you like the way the girl, carries her standards. Because me, I won't tell you that in our family there are people who got married. I was the first. But so be the first. Yes. Be the first to, have the standards in your family. Be the first to do something, And,
wow. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you so much. Of course, thank you. We shall continue this conversation on Instagram. On Instagram, on our stories, you can go there and inbox and say you talked about this, I didn't get you, or I need help here. If you have any questions, we are available. We are available to help you to answer those questions. And as you watch this video, be blessed and may God give you insight. Till next time, bye.